Will AI empower you or destroy you? That sounds dramatic, I know, but for your career, it's the real fork in the road. And which way you go isn't decided by how smart the machine gets, it's decided by how you choose to work with the machine. Look, you're good at what you do, and you built real expertise over the years. Yet somehow, somewhere in the last couple of years, a quiet worry crept in. That maybe this machine is about to make all of that count for far less than you thought that all that experience was worth. Well, I want to take that worry off the table right now. Because if that's what you're thinking, here's what you're missing. We keep talking about AI as if it's a brain that's catching up to yours, but it isn't. AI is a tool, a powerful one, no doubt, but a tool nonetheless. It's not your brain, you are. So there's really only two ways this goes. Either you fail to understand this and you get caught up working for a machine, feeding it, fixing it, chasing it around. They call that human in the loop. Or you figure it all out and you make the machine work for you. And let me tell you exactly where I stand in this great quandary. I'm not in any AI loop, and I refuse to be. I'm at the top of the food chain, and AI is in my loop. And that's the whole difference between being empowered by this technology and being replaced by it. And I want the same thing for you. I don't want you working for AI. I want AI working for you. So here's the story in a nutshell that I can help you with. You're smarter than AI. And the goal for you should never be to try and keep up with it. The goal instead is for you to learn how to put AI to work for you. So let me ask you honestly, why has your experience with AI been a little underwhelming? You got the subscription. Maybe you collected a folder of prompts, the magic words that are supposed to unlock AI. And yet it still drifts, still makes things up, still hands you something that sounds like everyone else on the internet. Well, look, that's not because you're behind, and it's not because the tool is overhyped. It's because you were handed the wrong thing. You were given tips and tricks, but nobody gave you the right process. You see, a prompt is not a process. A prompt is like a lottery ticket. Sometimes it hits, mostly it doesn't, and you never quite know why. What actually makes AI work, though, is a good repeatable process, a way of working that pulls the tool into your loop. And that's the beginnings of what I'm going to give you today. And I want you to be encouraged about this, because the people getting real value from AI right now are not just the engineers and coders. They're professionals like you, people who know their field cold and just needed the right way to work with the tool. Now, before we talk about the right way to work with the tool, let's first chat briefly about what AI isn't and what AI never will be. Now, why is that important? Because you have to know what this tool actually is and what it will never be, because that one distinction is where all of your leverage comes from. Okay, here it is. AI can't create. Now, I know that sounds radical, but I mean it plainly. AI can remix what's already there, but it can't make something from nothing. It's not a creative force. Our courts have said the same thing. And why is that? Well, let's go a little deeper. Creativity is a uniquely human attribute. So is your judgment, your taste, the thing that tells you this is good and that is off, without a spreadsheet to prove it. Judgment, the kind of knowledge AI can never have, because it doesn't come from data or facts. It comes from human emotions and human intuition. And so too is your experience, a uniquely human attribute. All those years of knowing what a customer really means when they say one thing and mean another, you see, that's priceless. So none of that is on the table when it comes to AI, because all of those things belong to you. And all those things, they're exactly what the machine leans on to even be useful at all. So the fear out in the world today about AI has it backwards. AI doesn't make your expertise worthless. It actually makes your expertise the most valuable thing in the room. It's like this: the best thinkers are the best users of AI. So AI makes valuable people more valuable, not less. And that's the real thing to understand. We need to understand that as we now drop into the right way to work with AI. And the right way to work with AI is not another list of prompts or skills or any other such thing. What it's all about is good process. And a good process is bigger than any tool. A good process is how tools are best used. A good process is how you get ahead of your day instead of chasing it. It's how you protect the time you need to think. And it includes deciding what's non-negotiable and guarding that. Now, if you get these things right, and then you pull AI into your loop, into your process, at the steps where speed helps, well, wow, then you've got something. And let me give you the heart of how to do this in just 4 shifts. First, stop hunting for the perfect prompt. Working with AI is a conversation, and it's really a new type of conversation. You need to learn a new language, really, to get good with AI. It's not a vending machine. You don't drop in a coin and get an answer. You go back and forth. You steer. And the good results emerge from the exchange. Once you get this, you stop getting frustrated and you start enjoying how much smarter you're becoming through this use of a powerful thinking partner. Second, train it on you. A generic bot gives you generic answers, but when you feed the machine your knowledge, your stories, your standards, and your way of solving a problem, it stops sounding like everyone else and it starts sounding like you. You see, your expertise is the asset. So you want to hand that expertise to the tool on purpose in the right way, and that's very important to do it in the right way, and then you're going to be on such a great path. Third, fix the source, not the output. And this is one that saves you the most grief. Why? Because the moment you start tweaking the thing that AI hands you, just patch this or nudge that, you fall into a destructive loop. Every patch makes the machine a little dumber, and the next mistake a little worse. The coders have a name for this mess, and they call it this: vibe coding. And this sort of thing will bury you. So don't tweak the output. Go back to your instructions, change the thing there, and run it again from the top. This is how you always get something clean instead of something duct taped. And fourth, keep yourself where the judgment lives. The goal isn't to sit and hit a button while the machine runs the show. That is an amplification. That's you working for the machine. Nope, the goal is to bring AI into your loop at the steps where speed helps. So you're always keeping your hands, leading the process at every turn. You stay in charge. You're the creative force behind the outcomes. And the machine? Well, the machine does what machines do. It does the labor. So that's the process. First, emergent, not perfect. Second, trained on you, not generic. Third, fixed at the source, never patched. And fourth, always you bringing AI into your loop, not the other way around. Now, why is this so important, and what's it got to do with you, and why do I care about it so deeply? It's because I see this constantly. People needing help in this digital age, an age made even more complex by the addition of AI. People coming to me already underwater. Sharp, capable professionals who've quietly lost a step, and they've decided within themselves that the problem must be them. Take Renee. She came to me certain that her problem was delivery. She'd gone quiet in meetings, pulled back, lost some of the confidence she'd worked years to build, but her delivery wasn't the problem. You see, she'd had a brutal stretch at work where she was behind from the minute she woke up each and every morning. And when you're behind all day, your thinking scatters and your voice tells on you before you say a single word. So we didn't drill delivery that day. We didn't drill vocal exercises. We fixed how she worked, her process. And we pulled AI into her loop so she could get ahead of the week instead of chasing it. And once she was ahead, guess what happened? Once she was back in charge of her own time again, guess what happened? The confidence came back on its own. And so did her presence. Same person, different and new process, better results. Now take a minute and just think about this. The difference that a right coach makes when you're working through problems like that. To really grow as a communicator, you want someone who sees all three aspects of communication together: voice, AI, and process. Because if you miss just one of these, you'll end up spending your energy on the wrong thing, which is exactly why the progress so many may be hoping for just never seems to come. Okay, now, I'd be remiss if I glossed over this next part. If I didn't ask you this: what if Renee hadn't raised the issue with me? What would it have cost her? What might it cost you if you leave it alone and don't incorporate AI into your processes? Well, that quiet worry you're walking with right now, the one around AI, it doesn't go away, not on its own. It just keeps growing every day, day after day. And if you don't address it, you'll stay busy, but you won't be getting better. You'll keep chasing the day instead of getting ahead of the day. And remember this, AI amplifies. So right now, it's quietly amplifying the people who are learning to work with it, which means every month, the gap between them and everyone who isn't integrating AI gets a little wider. And that's the real risk. Not that AI replaces you. It's that you stand still while the people around you learn to put it to work. Renee could have stayed underwater. A lot of people do. They just decide the problem is them and they live with it. But you don't have to do that. And that's the whole point of today. You don't have to be behind. You just need someone to help you, someone to show you the process. And once you see it, once you put that tool to work in the right way, you don't just catch up, you pull ahead. And that's what you want. Here's the bottom line. You're the brain. AI is just a tool. But you got to put that tool to work in the right way. And when you do, you'll be amazed at how powerful you become. So here's what I want to leave you with today. AI isn't supposed to replace your judgment, your experience, or your voice. It's supposed to amplify those things. And it can't replace your creativity. That part is uniquely human. It belongs to you and you alone. You are the spark. So be smarter than AI. Make it work for you, not the other way around. And here's your one next step. In the copy that's with this video, I've laid out exactly how we can work on this together. Take a look, give it a read, and if it feels right to you, then I'm sure I'll see you soon. All right, that's it for today. Bye for now.